It's engine taken apart time. I have got my engine on the stand and I've got some tools set up. Next door, Sleaford Auto Services have lent me that tool to pull off the harmonic balancer. Some brand new gloves, and I've also got my micrometer set so I can see whether the crankshaft needs ground down or not. So I think you're going to get a bit of a time lapse, I'm afraid. But yeah, enjoy that and let me know what you think in the comments. The heads have been off this before, hence why there was only 4 bolts in each side. Not really a lip on there at all. It's really nice. So I'm working with a combination of looking at videos online on that big TV behind the camera and what I can see in front of me. And I'm not going to lie to you, I struggle to get the rod caps off these, you know, because they're real tight fit and what have you. What I wish I'd have done is have loosened the nuts off and then tapped the end of the nuts with a soft hammer. That's what I'll do next time I'm taking an engine apart. But you know what? Success covers a multitude of sins, and it worked. My method worked, so don't be afraid to try it yourself, hey? So that's the engine apart. I think the cylinders look pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. Camshaft looks pretty good, I think. Not an expert. I took a measure of the main journals. Evidently there's a large journal version of the engine, the earlier one, which is what this is, and a smaller main bearing journal. This is fairly typical of what the shells look like. It's the first engine I've taken apart, so I am totally reliant on other people's opinions regarding their condition. And then of course you've got the pistons themselves. They're fairly typically the same. Well, I've got some minutes, so I've decided to spend some time cleaning up the engine. Well, my micrometer set is a piece of junk, so I have resolved to send that back using my vernier scale with getting a reading of 2.4, which is right on the money for what the original journal size should be, what the bearing surface is. I know the vernier scale probably isn't the best tool to use, but I think it gives me enough confidence to go out and buy standard bearings for the engine. I don't know, I guess I'm learning. I've tried to keep everything in order on this table. As for the engine itself, I kind of had in mind that I would clean it down with just by hand. But I think I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if there's anywhere I can take it and the heads, dismantle the heads as well, and regrind those valves, just to get it ultrasonically washed. If I could do that, then that would save me a lot of time and effort. So I'm going to make some inquiries about that. So I spent some time cleaning up the engine with the degreaser. I started out with this brake cleaner, a blend of pure fast evaporating solvents. What does it say it is? Contains hydrocarbons, alkalines, lots of stuff I can't pronounce. Anyway, what it does do is as it flashes off, it kind of makes this cast iron rust, and that's no good. I don't want that. So I went up to A1 Spares, and I got this stuff, fast-acting degreaser, and given the engine exterior a good old clean down, mostly to get all of the outside grime off of it. But I'm pretty happy with it. There's some video, and I can see a few extra bits, but it's a good first pass. I've taken the measurements. It seems like the engine is dead on 4 inches cylinder bore, so I'm going to be buying some standard rings, all new shells for the rods and the mains. Need to get all this stuff cleaned out. The camshaft looks pretty good as far as I can tell. I really do feel like I'm building this aeroplane as I'm going down the runway. I guess the heads are going to come apart as well. You've got to remember that I was going to run this engine as is, but we stripped it down some to see what the cylinder bores were like, and well, they're good. And it sat in the car, in the truck, whilst I was installing it, fitting it and so forth. So there's been lots of grinding dust going about and stuff like that, so I just decided that rather than putting some new head gaskets on and running it as is, I decided to strip it all down completely, and then I'd know that it's got new rings, new bearings, which is pretty good really, because the bearings do show signs of wear. But I'm pretty confident that the whole thing is original. I've got no reason to believe that anything's been replaced. I need to replace the pulleys. I'm going to put twin chain system on there. They're not that much money. Don't know if you saw when I was taking the pulley off, the amount of slop in that. Like, I don't know. I mean, just to me seemed a bit excessive. Just change the sort of thing that's going to stretch over time, put the timing out, make the engine less efficient. I found that there is another number on here, right there. So I'm going to see if I can identify within a finer amount of time. At the minute I'm down to 1980 to 1985 this engine was built, going by the castings here. I looked it up. So it's time to sit down, order some parts, order some tools, get a hone. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all your comments. It all helps to go towards supporting the algorithm and get people coming to the channel. Looking forward to getting 1,000 subscribers and becoming monetized. Can put some more money into all kinds of builds like this. Anyway, take it easy next time.